Every single week, men sit in my office confused, frustrated, and defeated. They're not depressed because of work or money, and they're not anxious because of women. They're being robbed of their drive, their discipline, and their masculine edge by pornography. And most of them don't even realize it until it's too late. Today, I'm going to break it down as a licensed psychotherapist, combat veteran, and a red pill man, a red pill strategist, why porn is killing your masculine drive and how you can reclaim your power. I'm Dr. Tony. Welcome to Red Pill Therapy with Dr. Tony. I give real psychological solutions for men who are serious about building power, purpose, and having high value lives. If you're tired of the lies and ready for the truth, hit that subscribe button and let's get to work. Okay. All right. So let's look at this in sections once again here. Um, One of the things is this porn is literally hijacking your brain. Okay. So what does it do? It taps into one of the most ancient parts of your brain, your reward system or your dopaminergic pathways. Okay, you get a massive artificial dopamine spike for doing absolutely nothing productive, no effort, no risk, no courage, no masculine pursuit, just instant gratification. It's kind of like just you can compare it to processed junk food for your brain. Does nothing for you. Okay, it just gives you the gratification. Okay, over time, our natural sources of satisfaction, be it work, women, purpose, discipline, all those things feel dull. The brain rewires itself to seek easy dopamine instead of masculine conquest and effort. Okay, that's one part there. Now that leads to the next part. The next part is the erosion of a masculine drive. Masculine drive is important because it's built on pursuit, pursuing challenge, even danger, competition, purpose, and women. Porn removes all the need to pursue. Why work hard, develop skills, risk rejection, or build a powerful life when you can just get, from one click, you can have, hundreds of thousands of artificial sexual experiences. Okay, kills ambition, can lower testosterone, and also the avoidance of real world situations with women. Okay, these are all things that what consuming this material does, and it makes you feel really weak, passive, and just gives you this this beta male energy. I'll break it down a bit more, you guys. So really, just on a biological level, we're really just here to reproduce. When you ejaculate through these real artificial experiences, you fulfill your life's imperative right there. So no wonder you feel tired, sleepy, weak. You don't want to do anything. There's nothing left for you to do. You've already done it. Okay. So that kind of goes on what I was just saying. I mean, everything is done. Okay, until you get your energy back. But if you keep repeating the process, so if you're doing this every day, 300 to 500 times a year or so, you're never going to get ahead of the curve. You're always going to have these feelings. You'll never replenish yourself long enough, and you're just staying in this perpetual state of sadness, despair, amongst other negative things. Okay. All right, all right. So I hope you're following along, and if you like this content so far, again, I really need you to like and subscribe and leave some comments. Let's hear your thoughts, and let's start a conversation behind all this. Okay. All right. Next part: how porn weakens your frame and sexual polarity. So what does it do? It creates unrealistic expectations of women. The woman that you see consuming this pornographic content, they don't represent in looks and all the other things, talent, if you want to call it that, and what they do. Nothing. It's not reflective of the majority of your own experiences. If you're looking at eight, nines, and tens on that computer, and then you're going to be in real life, if you're an average man, you'll be getting average woman, probably average to below average woman. That's even if they want you. Okay. Um, so those are those unreal expectations. Another thing, what does pornography do? It can create erectile dysfunction, even in young, healthy guys. Okay, because if there's excessive masturbation and your mind is expects to see these very much hot fantasy kind of women, and then in real life, if you're the woman who doesn't look like that, it's going to be very hard to be excited. Okay, so that's another downfall as well. Um, Also, let's move on. It weakens your frame because you become sexually submissive to these pixels in the screen. Okay, and women sense masculine energy. They sense, they can tell when it's there and not there just by being in your presence. Believe it or not, you have to kind of just experience it to know it. I think most guys have seen this and they do know this. Because when you look at a woman's part of a woman's purpose, right? A huge part is to, probably the primary part is to be with a mate, pass her genes on, one that's a strong male. Well, a man who is consuming pornography all the time and masturbating excessively, he's going to have a very passive energy and very little masculine energy to him. Women sense it, they sniff it. That's, you want to call it a superpower. I don't think it's a superpower. It's just something that's written in them that they can kind of sniff out, kind of like a drug sniffing dog. They're sniffing out low beta, they're sniffing out beta energy in you. Okay. And so it just erodes the polarity and the attraction that women do crave in a man. Okay. How does that look like in front of them? It looks like you have a loss of confidence, little eye contact, posture weak, assertiveness maybe not there, confidence is once again very low. So that's how it looks in a woman's eye, amongst other things too. Okay, here's another part. Well, most therapists won't tell you about this. Mainstream therapy treats this like a harmless hobby or some kind of moral debate. This is spiritual warfare within men. That's my belief. Okay, porn is one of the most effective tools to neutralize men in modern society. And data backs it up. More anxiety, more depression, more sexual dysfunction, more loneliness. Okay? The red pill's perspective on society's agenda is to weaken men. And porn is used as, I believe porn is used as a mass sedation. I believe it's partially why men are checking out society too. When I was growing up, we didn't have this. I'm what am I? Gen X. Okay, and the baby boomers before me, we didn't have this. So we didn't have access to it. Pornography was only in print back then and it was very limited. It wasn't very widespread. But now it's just different. Kids are growing up with this, so they're getting addicted to it and exposed to it at a lot younger age. So, and we can see the effects that's happening. Okay. So we've gone over so far what it does to you, how it holds you back, how it rewires your brain, and the mental difficulties that it causes, the social difficulties that it causes. Okay, but let's look at how to break free from this and reclaim your masculine edge. So the good news is you can rewire your brain, but it does require discipline, accountability, and purpose. So if we can go 90 days total abstinence, okay, from porn and masturbation. All right, that can help reboot your brain. You start to think different. You start to see things different. And when if you want to call it no fap or whatever, call it what you want, just the abstinence from those things, you're going to see women in a different way. Every woman you see, you're not trying to visualize you having sex with her, or visualize how she looks naked. You're going to see her as just that, a woman, a valuable being, as we should see them, regardless of what we want relationships or not. We shouldn't see. I don't think it's good to see just a woman as just every time you see her, you visualize as something less because you miss out. You miss out on who she really is. Okay, but you'll see that if you're able to do this. Okay, and we want to replace physical pursuits we want to replace these thoughts with physical pursuits, be it the gym, do your martial arts, cold showers, even push-ups or something. I'm going to tell you one thing. We know the urge to do this, the urge to consume pornography or masturbate is It's like any other urge. It's like any other addiction. It's like drinking. I've done a lot of work, or drugs. I've done a lot of work in addictions in my career. And any urge for that gratification through masturbation and porn or through drugs and alcohol, it comes like a cloud over passing over you. But if you allow at least 15 minutes to go by, generally, you can replace it doing some of these activities, or you just don't act within those first 15 or 20 minutes. Now, that can vary between people, but I've seen with most people, 10 to 20 minutes, if they don't engage in it and they don't do it, then the urge leaves and you live another day to stay abstinent. So that's kind of one way to look at it. That's one way that I help my clients look at it too, to kind of face that, to make it through and keep going. Okay. And so what we want to do is also start to re-engage with women, even that's facing rejection, learning how to talk more, just being very social again. Because when we're on this abstinence, we're going to be more social. We're going to feel more confident, and it's just really hard to explain, but you're going to see that difference. Okay. And also living life with a mission and a purpose is something greater than yourself. We need to examine life and see what are we working towards. Okay, those things if we've plotted that out, there's always things we can do to just even take our mind away from that. And we don't want to expend the energy on this self pleasure. Okay, we can find we can find purpose in other things. Okay, so also, to replace these bad habits or this bad habit, we can see mentorship, coaching, brotherhood from other males, friends, and of course psychotherapy as well. So those are some areas to look at, how to get rid of this, how to control it, manage it, and hopefully stop it. I'll be making future videos on this more in depth on this subject. Okay, so that's all I have on this subject today. So I trust that you enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys in the next one.